I'm Aaron Hall, an attorney in Minneapolis. I'm here with Travis Van Slooten. He provides local SEO, search engine optimization, to small businesses throughout the country. Travis, can you tell us a little more about what you do?
Yes, I provide local SEO services to small businesses throughout the United States. And what that entails is basically getting small businesses visibility and, most importantly, sales via the internet. And we do that through a number of things that I do with businesses.
What is the most common problem that a client has which brings that client to you?
Well, the most common problem I have is that the businesses I work with typically come to me, they either don't have a website or they have a website but it's poorly designed and it's nowhere to be found. And so I'm working with businesses that are really kind of at that entry level in terms of the internet marketing.
How do you help them? Once they start working with you, what's the process?
Well, the first thing I do is, the main thing I do is I always ask the small business, what are your goals? Because everybody is going to have different goals as to what they want to accomplish, with their website or with their internet marketing. So the first thing I always ask them is, what are the goals here? Of course, the inevitable answer is, we want to make money and we want to make it through the internet. Well, that's a little bit too broad. We need to be more specific. So a lot of times it's sitting down with them and drilling into what it is they do. Are there certain aspects of their business they want to concentrate on more in terms of gaining sales and leads from the internet? An example of that is I was working with a construction company down in Florida, and he does remodeling, he builds homes, does a number of things. And after talking to him, we discovered for him, he wanted to concentrate on his remodeling service, his remodeling business. So once we have the goal in mind, then from there we can construct a strategy to achieve that goal.
Are there any common misunderstandings that new clients have when starting to work with you?
Yeah, the biggest thing is this misconception that SEO is inexpensive and easy to do. It always surprises me. I'll work with a small business, and a small business owner will spend thousands of dollars a year on print ads, radio ads, billboards, without batting an eye, because it's traditional, it's what they know. And when you start talking to them about SEO and the difficulties with SEO, with the recent updates that Google has came out with, SEO is becoming increasingly harder to do, and it's becoming more expensive as a result. And so the misconception is that SEO is cheap. And so when you start talking prices of SEO, even though it's in line with radio and billboard advertising and things that they're comfortable with, they're shocked that it would cost, quote unquote, that much. So that's the biggest challenge I have, is educating small business owners on what SEO is, what it takes, what it costs to do effectively.
It's interesting that in the early 2000s, late 90s, you could put up a website and it would just start getting traffic. But these days, the businesses online are so competitive. Your competitors, or your clients' competitors, are spending a lot of money in SEO, and I imagine that just ups the ante for what is required for them and the competitiveness and the strategy they need to use.
Yep, it's that, and as I just briefly mentioned, it's Google's really making it more difficult for the small business owner to do SEO on their own. With their recent updates, the Penguin update, the Panda update, most small business owners have no idea what that is. But suffice it to say, SEO is becoming, it's requiring it's a full-time job, and small business owners just simply don't have the time to deal with it. So it's the competition is increasing, and then it's also Google making things a little bit more difficult. So all of that together, it's becoming increasingly difficult. It's actually coming to a point now where a small business owner either has to get an in-house SEO person or outsource it. It's almost impossible to do on their own now.
We talk about small business. Can you give me some examples of small businesses you've worked with as far as what type of businesses are they?
Yeah, I concentrate almost exclusively on the service-based businesses. So we're talking, the roofers. I have a gutter contractor down in Florida, construction companies, fencing companies, dentists, chiropractors, and even some law firms.
Interesting. And I know services provide a unique challenge from a website standpoint because it's not e-commerce. It's not selling a product that you can just describe. You're talking about the individuals and what services they provide. And so I understand that there's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes in planning that out.
Yep, yes, definitely. There's that. And there's also, when you're selling a product, the product a lot of times sells itself because people know the product. When you're selling a service-based business, you have to sell the customer on that person a lot of times, because I'm dealing with typically a lot of individual business owners. And so it's when someone comes to the website, you have to sell them on that person. And so that means providing testimonials, the Better Business Accreditation badges, and things like that, and also pointing them to other outside resources as social proof that, hey, this guy is good, and he's an honest, ethical business person, that type of thing. So those are the things you don't have to do when you're selling a product, because typically, like I said, the product, people know it, sells itself.